Good morning, guys. March the 14th here in central Illinois. I thought what we would do this morning quickly is talk about other people's kit bash. As you know, I like to do this kind of stuff, either kit bash it or build it from scratch, but I'm always on the lookout for stuff that other people have done. And the main thing I'm going to show you today is something that I bought quite some time ago, but it's this tank car. Now, initially when I bought it, I thought that it was a all metal superstructure. And it's not. The tank and the dome are made out of wood. But the attention to detail, well, the reason I bought it was, but look at the rivet detail. Now, all those are set pins, something that Mom would have used when she was taking up the hem on the cuffs on your blue jeans or stuff like that, and they took a lot of time to lay that out. That's really good work. It's a little bit crude for what it is, but when you just view it on eBay, well, it looked better than it really is. But this is not badly done, and one of the reasons I bought it is maybe someday I might try to replicate that. Only do it with I won't use set pins. I would use a set punch to make rivets and see if I could lay it all out and then put it in my slip roller and roll a tube and make a tank car like that. But I picked that up. The other thing that I got, some of you may have seen it, some of you may not have. I bought this short 384 off the internet here, eBay, maybe 3-4 years ago. And I don't really know how they did it. It is a 384 cab and plates, but there's other things on it that just don't exactly look like it's a 384. The wheels, that is a fabricated motor. There is an O-gauge motor on the inside. I don't know how they did it, but it is screwed to two plates. And in typical early template fashion, there's only 1 year drive on this, and the rest the wheels are powered by the rods. We then needed a tender. It did not have a tender, so I picked up this thing off of eBay also, but I did the work on this. I manufactured the rubber stamps. I painted it. I lined it. I did everything that I needed to do. I hated to do it because actually it was a nice early tender, but there was not one bit of paint on it, none. But you could see it had a halo of, I believe it was stamped Pennsylvania or something on the side. You could see the outline of the old rubber stamping, but I needed something that would more or less go along with the 384. And if I remember correctly, I can't even talk this morning correctly, I used semi-gloss paint on this because this is not a super glossy paint on the engine. The other thing that I had picked up, and I'll tell you what, the old 117 caboose is absolutely versatile for a lot of stuff. I saw this on eBay again, and it's been shortened. And here's an original body next to that one, so you can see how much they have shortened it. But what fascinated me by it is the center rib is the splice line. So they cut that apart, they overlapped because it's embossed, they overlapped and they soldered it. And they did one heck of a job. I don't know that I could solder it as clean as what they did. It basically does look seamless. Now, the only thing that I did for it, it didn't have a roof. And of course, it didn't have the window shades. So I put the window shades on it. I fabricated a roof, I fabricated the smokestack, and I have no idea what this little rinktum is on top. I saw it on another caboose. In fact, it was another 117 caboose that somebody had customized, and I liked whatever that's supposed to be, so I added it to mine. I don't know if it's a steam generator. I don't know if it was made for water. I have no idea what it is. It was a caboose that was customized probably back in the late 50s, early 60s. Actually, it was customized by W.O. Oh, I can't think of what his name is now. I've got some stuff that he did. He was an early guy that built cars for other people and customized them and did all kinds of neat work. I don't know why my mind is seizing up today. I always know what his name is, and I can't think of it now. But I made this. Go along with my mine engine over here. I made a whole mine train, but we're not talking about my junk. We're talking about other people's junk. So I thought I would show you some of the stuff here that was kit bashed by other individuals, and like I say, it's rather novel. We'll run this around the track, and I'll show you one more thing. I think some of you already seen it, but I've got a great big 060 switcher that somebody put together, and it is a great operator, and I wish I had their talents. But there it is. All wheels are flanged, and believe it or not, that will actually navigate a 42-inch circle. And then that is a slope back tender that somebody made. I bought it off of Stout's auction, and when I bought it, it was basically Blue Comet blue. So I had some more. I'm fond of Chicago Northwestern, so I had some more rubber stamps made. I painted it, I striped it, and I gave this old rascal a tender. And I think on this, I'm not sure, but this is this is matte gloss. It's shiny, but it ain't shiny, to kind of go along with the boiler on this. You can still tell it's a different color of black, but it looks closer to what the engine is. But this is a great outfit too. I've enjoyed that one quite a bit. And here again, I don't know how the guy machined this. Each one of these wheels they sit in a slot. It's like a huge build-a-motor. There are springs, spring wires that hold the axles in place. I'm afraid to take it apart because if I did, I'd never get it back together and get it running again. So, without further ado, let's take this little kit bash outfit and just give it a quick run around the track. Nothing special. This thing runs real good, and I'll tell you what, with an O-gauge motor in it, I cannot believe the amount of freight that it can actually pull. All right, guys, that's it. Everybody be safe out there. We're under an elevated risk of bad storms here later on this afternoon. I'm absolutely terrified of strong winds. They've got strong wind warnings. Could be gusts out of some of these thunderstorms of 70 miles an hour. If that's the case and it hits this just perfectly, this will not be here tomorrow morning. So a lot of people in this strong area, all through central Illinois, down south. So if you're in the area, be careful. Keep an eye to the sky. And if you got one of those weather radios, it might not be a bad idea to keep it on, or at least have an app on your phone so that you know when death and destruction are headed your way. All right, guys, have a good one. Everybody be safe out there. We'll talk with you later. Toodaloo.